There is one thing that is never questioned about Acceleracers, and that one thing is the Wheel of Power. It's just that one object, always there, omniscient, there by nature, never to be doubted. But this theory could potentially change what the Wheel of Power is, its intentions, and therefore disrupt some of the lore of Acceleracers. What exactly is the Wheel of Power? Well, referencing from the world race, an ancient inscription describes the Wheel of Power. This same Wheel of Power being able to provide an unlimited amount of source of clean energy, being able to provide power to the whole country of America. Later, that same Wheel of Power, after being returned to Hot Wheels City, opens the racing realms, leading to the ultimate race. From this, it seems as though the Wheel of Power is almost sentient, or at least programmable like a robot, in that it automates functions such as opening the realms, as well as closing their source of energy off, as we clearly see the Swamp Realm monster ceasing to exist, as well as the Storm Realm functions closing off. So, we can gather that although the Wheel of Power has large amounts of energy, it is unlikely that it can be used as an energy source, as it may overload circuits just from its pure energy alone. Maybe that could explain part of my theory, how all the realms are able to give off an accelercharger created and with the power from the Wheel of Power. If we do think about the Wheel of Power, everything revolves around it. The legs of the word race, the activation of Hot Wheels City, the opening of the portals, the accelerchargers, and the ultimate race. The ultimate race, let's talk about that. Other than needing a certain amount of accelerchargers to activate, what happens on the completion of the ultimate race? An Acceleron comes out. If you decide not to race the Acceleron and go back to your world, the Acceleron says, what you receive you must give back, and then hands you the Circle of Wisdom. The Circle of Wisdom, which seems to be another piece of the Wheel of Power. If we look at the very few scenes and images of the Circle of Wisdom, we can clearly see that there are the same engravings on the circle, with those being the same as those on the original Wheel of Power, as well as the size being big enough to go over the top of the other three rings. So what? Well, given that all of these events happened, what were the Accelerons doing before? Were they just racing by themselves, or were they still searching for another Acceleracer? Well, given what we already know, I think that the Wheel of Power indicates that at least 2 other civilizations have completed the ultimate race as well. 2 different worlds, 2 different civilizations have raced in the racing realms, got the accelerchargers and activated the ultimate race, where they also met an Acceleron, potentially raced him, and received their own Circle of Wisdoms, in which they added theirs to the Wheel of Power, therefore gaining more rings to it, returning it to Hot Wheels City, or to the Accelerons. By extension, the events of World Race may have happened in their own version of events, but it still happened. It also seems as though the Circle of Wisdom allows you to return to the Acceleron world, as seen by the creation of a larger version when Vert exited the sphere. That could explain why there are already 3 circles and why Vert was given a 4th exact duplicate of one to be added on. In saying this, by another extension, this could potentially mean that there are several Galorums. Remember my theory about the true purpose of Galorum, where the Accelerons put her there to be a catalyst for everything? Yeah. Without Galorum, the world race nor the Acceleracers could have happened, which potentially means that there were 2 other Galorums starting those events on separate civilizations. I mean, if we do look at the Acceleron, it's almost like he has dealt with these events before. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Thanks for watching.